so glad that we discovered, finally, the answer to the mystery of Althea Gwynn's ticket. Timio, Joanne, Carol, it's time we tell her. We could not imagine of playing 4 years of basketball at Queens College without you there, backing us up every step of the way, Althea. So we did go to Pittsburgh. Congratulations, really. We're so proud of you. We really are. Well done. And you really were the backstep of our team. Thank you. And congratulations. And Dr. Meiskens, you too are the backstep of our team. We're going to really miss you. We really will. All right, I'm doing this newfangled technology thing, which I have a feeling is... I am so honored to do this. I truly am. All of us here today talked a lot about the value of sports. And we all know that there's something very magical about being part of a team. As an athlete, the idea of dedicating yourself, your skills, your time, your efforts, your emotions to something that is bigger than yourself. It really is a team, where truly there is a reward for self-sacrifice. And the concept of a greater good has value and relevance. When a team melds, it stirs your inner soul and motivates you in ways you couldn't fathom until that it, and Charlie, you know what that it is, and Coach DeLuca, you know what that it is. You never know when it's going to happen, but when it does, it is so special. As a coach, the gift of molding young athletes, their bodies, their minds, their spirits, doing whatever it takes to convince young women that they can draw more out of themselves than they thought was possible, is a gift that Coach Cavallis brought to Queens College and to all of us who played for her. We will all remember her booming voice, that incessant whistle, the sharp raps of a broomstick, the interminable suicides, but mostly we will remember the gift of getting many to believe in one. Watching a team together unite in spirit, focus, and purpose is what creates fans. And as you said, Coach, on March 25th, 1973, not only did Queens College women's basketball create fans with a style of up-tempo play, fierce defense, a style of basketball that anyone who lives in the city that calls this game its own, New York City, would be proud of. It was a little more than that. It was a game and a time that inspired generations of young women to come to play a game that we would all come to love. Queens College and their opponent of that day, and I can't even believe your sister would even consider going to Immaculate College, were the forerunners of what we have come to expect today. Great basketball, and an explosion of playing opportunities from elementary school to the WNBA. A bit more on that particular game in a minute, for I want to just remind everybody. I think we heard some great stories from athletes who were here for many, many years ago. But it's important to remember that while a team can be flash frozen or defined by a competitive moment in time, the work, the grueling practices, the strained muscles, the missed meals, the empty wallets, and the real tears can be glossed over as the real life sacrifices, personal and family, that we all made, not to mention all that little damn bickering that would go on, that was required to create that one shining moment. 13 young women chose to play basketball and dedicate themselves to be the best they could be at a time when it just was not the fashionable thing to do. But ladies, you were very fashionable. There was no college scholarships, no NCAA, no photo shoots in glossy magazines. There was no fancy weight rooms. Did we even have weights? No team rooms, no lunch money, and I don't even think the showers ran hot. But how would you know? You never took showers. It was just 3 hours a day, every day in Fitzgerald Gymnasium, whistles blaring. Remember these squinty eyes watching you. running, drilling. Right, Miss Felton? There was no recollection of practice jerseys worn. I don't even think we had practice jerseys. There was no cozy walk back to the dorms or stop in at the cafeteria. In the cold of winter, it was coats and hats, a run to a car, but usually a bus or a subway home. The flavor of this team is important to remember, to share. Your grit, your determination, your passion, and your compassion. As freshman Gail Marquis recollects, the practices were brutal, but she learned a lot. And she clearly did learn a lot as that dazed freshman, and she was in a daze that year, went on to become an Olympian under the tutelage of Coach Cavallis. Maggie Hilgenberg made the choice to transfer from Bronx Community College, and she reveled in her new team, and she knew she had taken a step up. Judy Spina attests that the experience taught her so much she could never have anticipated, and she learned a lot about becoming a woman. And then there was Mary Ann Jesuits, who needed the guidance and encouragement of her dad to tell her to hang in for the experience of a lifetime, and he was right. Gail's high school teammate at Andrew Jackson High School was also on this special team, and she's here with her son, Yvette Pierre. Grandson, sorry, you just still look so good from playing all those years of basketball. I highly recommend it. She's another of the sisterhood who competed against the boys in the neighborhood. Yvette finished college out of the state, but credits the experience at Queens College with her being able to earn 2 master's degrees and a PhD in education. Yeah. I will always remember that day. Joanne, were you there? I was a young high school basketball player myself, and I bought a ticket. I literally went by myself. I was in love with the game, and I stood up in the stands. Fitzgerald Gym, as you said, was completely opened up, and it was packed. It was electric. Queens College was playing for the national championship. They rolled over UC Riverside in the opening round of 16. They clipped perennial powerhouse Stephen F. Austin in overtime. Oh, ladies, it was so close to not happening. In the round of 8, they moved past Indiana by 12. That was in the semis, to earn the right to meet the Flying Nuns. Now, no disrespect meant here. Are you a nun? Okay, I know you're not a nun. Okay. No disrespect, but there was nothing that can compare to date to the beating of the pails and the presence of the nuns and the Immaculata fans brought to the gym.